Hi, welcome to another video. So, Aider has gotten some great new upgrades, and I wanted to talk about them because there are some pretty cool new features. Let's check them out one by one. After the last video I did about upgrades, there have been some great new developments. The first one after the video added support for the new Qwen-2.5 Coder 32B. I don't know what this means. Maybe it was like a system prompt change or something to make it fully compatible. So, it's great for people who are using that model. I'm not using it, but for today's video, I'll try it. The second thing done in this release is that the web command inside Aider now does not trigger an LLM response, which means you can now use the web scraping feature without sending the page data to the LLM right away. Instead, it will keep it in the context and send it when you send the next prompt. That's good, because sometimes Aider used to go berserk when adding a web page. It also has improved prompting for the user's preferred chat language. So, if you use Aider in a language other than English, it should be better now. It also has improved handling of light LLM exceptions, along with a bug fix for the LLM creating new files and other small bug fixes. Then came a minor release, which was just bug fixes, and then came another minor release. Although it had some good things, like making Aider more compatible with Qwen-2.5 Coder, maybe Aider is now fully good with the Qwen-2.5 Coder model, and we'll try that out. But now, here's the newer releases. These new features are not in the stable branch and can only be accessed if you change Aider to the main branch. I'll tell you how to do that. But first, let's look at the features. So, it now has a new editor command. Well, what's this editor command? The editor command is a new feature in Aider that allows you to write prompts in a proper editor that you want. So, basically, if you use the editor option, you'll see a text editor like Notepad, Vim, or any other editor you set open up. Then you can just write your prompt there in a markdown file, and once you save it, it will take that prompt as written in the file and use it to generate whatever you want. This is a really cool upgrade because previously, multi-line writing and stuff were pretty hard with Aider. Apart from this, it now supports streaming for the O1 model. Previously, the O1 model didn't support streaming, but recently, OpenAI has updated the O1 model to support it. And now, O1 is available for everyone on every API tier. So, that's also good, and now Aider supports streaming. There's also a new multi-line input tags option. So, you can now send long multi-line messages in the chat in a few ways. It was previously not quite easily possible. You can now paste a multi-line message directly into the chat. To do that, you can enter a curly brace at the start, and at the end of the message, just close that curly brace, and it will take everything inside as one message. If, for some reason, you have curly braces within your message, you can also change the curly braces to a sequence of any text or numbers, and then close it with the same tag you started it with. For example, here, we have the tag named curly braces and Python, and at the end, it's also closed with the same characters of Python and curly braces. This is also good. You can also use meta-enter to write multi-line messages. Meta-enter is generally option plus enter. Anyway, apart from that, you already have the paste option, and now you also have the editor option, which we'll also test. You also have better model settings config, and architect mode now asks to add files suggested by the LLM. So, architect mode can also now take the context of files instead of guessing based on the file tree. Apart from that, there are also some more bug fixes. So, let's now test it out and see how well it works. First of all, you'll need to convert your Aider setup to the development version by running aider install main branch. This will get the main branch installed, and you'll get the new and great features. Now, let's test the new features out one by one. First, let's start with the Qwen-2.5 Coder model, because its support has been enhanced, and I'll see how well it performs. Anyway, I have it set up with the free GLHF API. You can see my video on how to set that up. Anyway, now let's get started. First of all, we have the editor option. So, if I write /editor, you'll see that an editor opens up. Because I'm on Mac, Vim opened up, but if you're on Windows, Notepad should open up. You can also change it, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. Here, you can just type in as big a prompt as you want, and it's also a markdown file. So, you can also do syntax highlighting and stuff. Once you type that in, you can just exit it, and the prompt that you have written here will be executed. I asked it to make a Minesweeper game. Qwen has not been able to make a Minesweeper game for me that works, so let's see if maybe the new upgrade has fixed that or something. Okay, it's now done, and it worked. Let's run it and see. Okay, this again doesn't work, so I just think it's a Qwen model fault. Anyway, that's how you can use the editor option to write longer prompts with syntax highlighting and everything without maintaining a different markdown file. So, this is pretty good. Now, apart from this, you may want to change the editor that it opens. Well, you can change it by creating an environment variable with the command by which the editor opens. For example, if you want to use VS Code, then you can enter code, which is the command that opens VS Code. But you can't use VS Code for it because the issue is that you need an editor that blocks the process until the file is saved and exited. So, you can probably only use editors like Vim, NeoVim, or Notepad on Windows, which is what is configured as default. Now, apart from this, we also now have the option to do multi-line input tags. You can now write multi-line inputs by starting your prompt with a curly brace. And then once you do that and hit enter, you'll see that the input doesn't get sent. Instead, you get another line to write stuff. When you think that you have written everything, you can just close the curly braces, and it will work on the prompt. If you have curly braces in your prompt as well, it can overlap with the curly braces of the multi-line feature. So, you can write some characters after the curly braces without a space, and it will treat that whole string as the closing tag. You can write the same thing and close it, and it won't interfere with the things inside the prompt. Apart from that, the web command will now not trigger an LLM response immediately. You can put in a URL here, and it will not start giving you a response. Instead, when you send the next prompt, it will take that up in the context. If you use O1 as a model, then the responses will now be streamed. You can see the responses being streamed as soon as you ask something to be done. That's good if you use that model. The architect model has also been upgraded to be a little better by giving it tools to view files and stuff. That's also great if you use the architect mode. These are the major new upgrades. I think Aider just keeps getting cooler every week. Overall, it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you liked this video, consider donating to my channel through the Super Thanks option below. Or you can also consider becoming a member by clicking the Join button. Also, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.